guys, I just saw the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It was okay. I don't really need to go into detail very, very much about the main plot because it's Five Nights at Freddy's. You know how it works. Bodyguard is tasked, or security guard is tasked to watch the Pizzaplex and has to fight off all these insane animatronics. What I will say about this movie is I am very, very, very tired of the dysfunctional guardian trope. And what I mean by that is it's the trope where the guardian is either a deadbeat, an asshole, or a workaholic, and they have to take care of a kid, and that kid doesn't like them very much, and they have to learn to be a better parent to that kid. First of all, I don't think that's how placement works. I could be wrong. And there's usually a relative of some kind who is trying to intercede and take that kid. And at some point in the movie, the parent is like, how you should go with this relative. And the kid's like, no, I don't want to go with the relative. And the parent tries to push the kid to go with the relative. But then at the end of the movie, they end up getting custody back. I'm really sick of this. First of all, as far as I know, I could be wrong, that's not how placement works. In reality, the people placing the child would actually look at who was the best fit for the kid. And if the parent or the sibling or the person who gets custody isn't the best choice for the kid, they wouldn't go with that person. They'd go with the relative. And second of all, as someone who grew up with the parent who isn't physically abusive but is not a great person, I just don't like watching these people neglect their sibling. I don't like watching them, fuck up their lives. It's the same thing with Train to Busan. It's the same thing with Megan parenting. In Train to Busan, it was especially bad because he neglected her throughout the entire movie. It really made me angry. But meanwhile, in this movie, the aunt is trying to get custody of her, and she hires a bunch of people to break into the Pizzaplex where he's working and trash it. And they go so that he'll get fired. But they go to the Pizzaplex, and they end up getting killed by the animatronics, which is honestly the best part of the movie. It was really, really interesting to watch these people get picked off one by one, especially considering most of the deaths are not entirely on screen. You see bad stuff happening, but it's like you can hear them screaming behind the closed door, but you don't actually see the blood or the guts, except for the part with Max, and that was creepy. Up until that point, I would have recommended this movie for kids, but when Max died, no, kids should not watch this movie. But that was the best part of the movie, in my opinion, even though it also did the trope where people poke things they shouldn't poke, and I don't like that. But anyway, I did think it was very creepy. I thought the animatronics were very well done. There's also a subplot in the movie where he's trying to figure out who murdered his brother, and I kind of like the way they tied it into the main plot of the game. I like how they tied Vanessa into the main plot of the game, even though in this movie she is not an acolyte of William Afton. She's related to him. But, that's another thing. Matthew Lillard is in this movie, and Matthew Lillard is awesome. If you've ever seen Scream, you will know that he plays a very, very, very good and convincing psychopath. He was also in an episode of Law & Order. God, what was it called? I forget what it was called, but it was the episode with his mother, and that was very well done. I really like him. Actually, he was the main draw for this movie for me. So, it's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's very tropey. It's very cliched, but I think there's enough horror elements in this movie and enough creepiness to the movie that fans will enjoy it very, very much. They'll also enjoy Matthew Lillard, but that's another thing entirely. Anyway, that's it for now. I don't know if I'd recommend this movie in principle, but if you're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, I think you'll enjoy this movie, so I will see you guys later.